uphill climb if Louisville City looks or wants to. Obviously, they want to get that top spot in the playoffs, but that's an uphill battle as Rochester's been absolutely phenomenal all season. Not the most exciting team to watch, but that defense, my goodness, you can't score against them. It's impossible.
They're rock solid. They've conceded something like 12 goals in 22 games. That's almost just over half a goal a game. That's remarkable in any league.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, right now, Louisville City they're playing pretty well themselves, as they had a string of 6 matches in a row where they just seemed to be playing better than any team on any level, really, particularly in this league. And right now, their goal differential is plus 20 on this season. That's first in all of the USL.
Yeah, and they've been fantastic, especially the last few months. They found their footing, and they're now completely on top of their game. I'm really optimistic that we'll get a good result against one of the traditionally best teams in the USL.
Well, absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, I believe Juan Guzman is a former Charleston Battery himself.
I'm not certain. I think he was originally, I know he was in Charlotte.
It might have been Charlotte. Charleston, Charlotte. My memory is shot. It's been a long season for me.
It's been a long season, a very eventful one.
As right now, as you can probably hear on your screens, the lovely and talented PA announcer here is going through the starting lineups, and as shall we. For Louisville City, in goal, you've got the usual man, Scott Goodwin. In the back, Brian Burke, Enrique Montano, Connor Shinosky, and Tariq Murad. In the midfield, Kadeem Dakers, Juan Guzman, Magnus Rasmussen, Niall McCabe, and recently of SportsCenter top 10 fame, Aiden Quinn, with perhaps the greatest goal I have ever seen, particularly on this Louisville City team. And up top, the captain and leading goal scorer, Matt Fondy.
Very much the classic Louisville City lineup.
Oh, absolutely. And then now, as for the Battery, in goal you've got Cooper, and in the back you've got Griffith, Ferguson, Mueller, Ajete, and in the midfield you've got Prince, Van Schack, Terrier, Marina, Rodriguez, and up top we've got number 9, Kelly.
Yeah, they're a decent side. Kelly's a fairly strong forward. He played internationally for Jamaica. There's quite a few internationals on this team, including a couple of Cuban guys who all defected at the same time at a game they were playing the World Cup qualifier against Toronto.
Of course, ironically, last time the Cuba played in the United States earlier this year, they had a number of players also defect. Yeah. That's obviously very, very politically oriented. And
yes, it is a different discussion, but one that may lead to us having 1 or 2 players here next year, which would not be a bad thing.
Which is very interesting, at least. And of course, obviously, Dane Kelly for the Battery leads the team in goals with 9 on the season, but he's got Cordovas and Garbanzo each with 5 and 4 respectively, so he's getting a lot of help up top. And of course, for Louisville City is Matt Fondy, who leads the world in goals as far as I'm concerned, and then obviously Magnus Rasmussen and Kadeem Dakers with 7 and 6 respectively.
I mean, those are solid numbers we're putting up. There's plenty of teams, I think, who'd like their top scorer to have 7 goals, never mind have our second. And Fondy's having a great season. He's found his feet, he's knocking them in. It wouldn't be a shock if he scored again tonight.
I don't know, it seems every single time he goes out with the way he's played, and for any of those, first of all, welcome to all the Charleston Battery fans that are watching this broadcast tonight. We're glad that you have joined us. If you have not seen Matt Fondy play yet, you'll notice he is arguably the hardest working guy out on the field each and every single time, as he doesn't give up on balls, and most of the times the way he gets his goals is the way he chases down the ball and runs and gets to a spot where most guys don't think they're able to get to.
Yeah, he is relentless in his chasing of a ball.
As we are about to get the national anthem here, as we will take a quick break, but we will be right back.
And there you have it, the national anthem, beautifully sung with extra accompaniment tonight from the Coopers. And I can understand why the Coopers are so excited. They've been very, very busy today. I'm a proud Cooper myself, so I'm going to add myself in for being excited too. We have been, and they finished singing as well. Basically, what's been happening is they've been doing a lot of good charitable work. This afternoon, they were working particularly with the St. Vincent de Paul, where they were painting the pantry for them there on South Preston. They had a little bit of an extra assistance today from the World Affairs Council Iraqi Student Leadership Exchange Program, where I think 12 to 15 kids who are across here from Iraq, brought over with thanks to the State Department, have been basically painting a pantry, which is pretty cool. They're also busy working on the Pizzagate fundraiser, raising money for one of tonight's special guests, the Dare to Care Food Bank. What they've been doing is they're in a competition with, what's the name of them, St. Louligans over in St. Louis to raise as much money as possible and to give it to local food banks. Currently, we're a little bit behind, but if you're listening, go to GoFundMe/CoopersHunger and please do contribute. I have to give a special shout out to Kentucky Arsenal, who'll be in Molly Malone's in St. Matthew's on Monday, because they gave quite a bit there last night to make sure that we're getting there. There have been loads of people helping out. Please contribute. The names are up there to be praised and noted. Your name should be there too.
All very good work done by the Louisville Coopers. It's been a very welcome addition, and great to have that support for the team here. Getting to see that fans who's typically doing the games with one Bob Valvano. We always get a great pleasure whenever Louisville City scores a goal, seeing the purple smoke and the white smoke. It's a great atmosphere at Louisville Slugger Field, and also, I always shout out to the grounds crew here at the Louisville Bats.
Grounds crew are amazing.
They're the best in the world as far as I'm concerned. There's a couple of times they've had 24 hours. I believe on July 3rd, the Louisville Bats played, and the following day on the 4th of July, Louisville City played. Well, it takes 12 hours to transform the field from baseball to soccer, and if you're obviously don't believe Charleston Battery fans have seen too many Louisville City games yet, you'll see it's clearly a baseball field, but when the soccer field is in place, you can hardly tell that there's baseball played here just because of how phenomenal the grounds are.
Yes, no, I mean, you would not think that this was being used for baseball a couple of days ago. And when the baseball's on it, you wouldn't realize that it's only a couple of days since it's been football. They've been doing a great job. It's not the easiest thing to do to convert a football field, but hey, they've been doing an amazing job to get it into the shape it's in.
And we are now mere moments away from getting things started here in Louisville City. As you can see, the Charleston Battery will start things off. They're in the yellow and black unis going from left to right, and Louisville City in the home purple will be going from right to left on your screens. As Louisville City gets an early break here as Rasmussen gets it over to McCabe on this left side of the field. McCabe sends in the cross, was looking for Dakers, but just a bit outside of his reach.
Yeah, it's always good to see an early attack put in, get the feet on the ball, get started.
Absolutely, as Cooper sent this one back in for the Battery, and that one sent deep downfield. A beautiful job of holding onto the ball, and now the Battery have a chance of their own. As Burke applying some pressure, that ball crossed in the box. A lot of bodies going down in the box, slipping on that different surface, but the Battery maintained possession. Now they're working along this right side of the field, and Montano steps in there, and the ball will go out of bounds, throw into the Battery.
Yeah, Charleston are going to be a tough proposition. These guys are third at the moment for a reason. One of the great traditional teams of the USL. These guys have been around for years, and they're more than capable of showing any team the wrong side of a beating.
As that ball going out of bounds, and Goodwin will have his first touch of the night. So look to send this one downfield and get the Louisville City attack started. As McCabe sends that one back to Quinn, and Guzman was also there. Now Burke trying to keep that one out of bounds. Knocks over something on the sideline on his way back onto the field, but That one will go safely into Cooper's hands. Now the Battery working on the right side of the field. Nice combination passing there as the left side is opening up. Burke trying to close it down for Louisville City as he's almost beaten to the end line. And that will go out of bounds, will be a corner kick to the Battery.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of early attack here from the Battery. They know what they're about. They know that Louisville is a tough proposition to face. You can't miss any opportunity to get the ball into our end.
As Rodriguez sends this one into the box, but Rasmussen there and clears it out. As the Battery will have to reset the attack here. As Guzman giving chase, and that ball actually takes a deflection off of the Battery and goes out of bounds for a throw into Louisville City. Now Montano. It's Louisville City working on the left side as McCabe got that one up to Fondy, unable to control it. We're headed the other way. So far, both attacks for Louisville City coming up the left side, which typically we're used to seeing on the right side with Burke and Dakers. The dynamic duo, if you will.
Yeah, I think it's good to see that it's being spread around. We don't want to become the side that just attacks down the right. And Montano, we've seen from his corners, he can really get a cross in.
Well, the set pieces have been massively improved since he's stepped in and done a majority of the set pieces, minus that wonder goal from Aiden Quinn that happened a couple days ago. Was absolutely a phenomenal strike.
It was remarkable. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets the first go on any free kick tonight.
Well, it'll be hard pressed to give to somebody else after that kick, particularly if it's in that place.
Oh, yeah.
As it was an absolutely perfect strike. As Louisville City now with the ball here. As Shinoski was sending that one up along the left side, but nobody quite there for Louisville City, as Rodriguez will get things started for the Battery. As they switch field, and Dakers giving chase. Not making it easy for the Battery to get out of their own field. And Dakers, pesky enough, gets the ball, and now he looks to put the afterburners on. He ends up losing it there. There's a whistle, and that, I believe, a foul going against Dakers. That's perhaps a little too aggressive.
It's been tentative so far. I'm looking forward to seeing these players when they've got their game on.
When the game mode really finally kicks on, as we've got two Louisville City players down right now. It looks like they headbutted each other when they were going up for that ball. That's Guzman, and I believe, not sure who the other man is down right now, but he's still holding his head.
Looks like it could be Shinoski, although it's hard to see from this angle.
As Martin, you're being introduced to what the viewing point that Bob and I have for every home game here.
It is a unique and remarkable angle. It's not nearly as good as the view you guys are getting at home on YouTube. I know there's going to be a lot of people from Queen Anne's Revenge and the Regiment in the Sparrow and in My Father's Mustache, I think is the name of the place, down in Charleston. I hope you're enjoying the game, but not too much. Obviously, we may be a little bit pulling for the home team on this one.
As you can hear the applause there is, I believe that was Shinoski, who is now back up on his feet after taking that knock.
Yeah. Clash of heads is always a dangerous one in this game, as it is in any game, to be completely honest. A player who's concussed, for safety reasons, you need to take them off. Hopefully it's not been that for Shinoski. He's had a little bit of trouble with his back a couple of weeks ago, but hopefully he's back to his old self, fit and more than able to marshal the defense as he has done so well throughout the year.
Well, he's been absolutely huge for Louisville City. He's been probably the most important part of that back line. Of course, you've got Brian Burke, who probably gets more of the shout-outs because of his ability to go upfield. Him having 7 assists on the season, as he's very important in the attack. But really, Connor Shinoski is like the sweeper, stands back and makes sure nothing happens, as Louisville City does boast one of the better defenses in the entire league.
Well, I think there's a triangle of players towards the back who really don't get nearly the credit they deserve. Montano and Burke get to join in the attack, but between Morad, Shinosky, and I think Juan Guzman too as well, they do a lot of work that kind of goes in, it's invisible.
Yes.
A lot of off-the-ball work in particular for Shinosky and Morad that's kept us to, I think, second or third best in terms of the defense in the league. Of course, Charleston fans, you all know that you have a better defense than us right now. You're 2 goals to the good on us, only 23 conceded. Testament to how solid your back line with Muller and Ferguson in the centre have been.
Obviously Ferguson's been huge for the Battery, as he's probably the reason that's what makes that defense so solid for the Battery, is his ability to keep things centralized, and actually, and you brought up Mueller as well, really the combination of them two in the back.
Well, Ferguson was missing through yellow card suspension there on Thursday, and while the Charleston defence did pretty well for the majority of the game, in the end, the pressure from St. Louis paid off and his absence was felt. No disrespect to the rest of the back line, but Ferguson is a key component of them.
Oh, absolutely. This play finally resumes, as a couple minutes there with no action, with players receiving some help, as I believe Shinosky now still off the pitch, so Louisville City's down a man right now as he's still getting tended to.
Yeah, you can't take risks with concussion. You really can't. Obviously, we'd like him back on sooner rather than later, but player safety must come first.
So now the Battery, that ball sent into the box. Good one. Excellent job coming off his line to snag that one, as Dane Kelly was there waiting for it.
You can't leave Dane Kelly freedom with the ball. He knows what to do with it, and yeah.
This Goodwin sends that one deep downfield again. You're going to hear his name a lot tonight, as he was looking for Matt Fondy.
He's a good kick on him. He can really pick out a player quite well at distance.
So now Louisville City applying some pressure and giving the Battery some troubles, as now Shinosky back onto the field, and both teams are even now as we're here in the 10th minute. Still 0-0 here at Louisville Slugger Field.
Looking around the league a little bit, it's still a goal up for Rochester Rhinos. Charlotte Independents are a goal up against Pittsburgh, and the earlier game between Portland and Tulsa ended 2-0 to Portland.
It's now McCabe working with Rasmussen along that left side, and they'll have to send that one all the way back to Murad. It's Quinn switching fields to Burke, and Burke's got Dakers if he wants him. He uses him, and Burke gets it right back on the give and go, but that ball's too far in front of him and
that was
sails out of bounds.
Beautiful ball from Quinn, though, to find Burke on the wing. You can always rely on Burke to be on the wing, but to catch him with such a perfectly weighted ball, credit to Quinn.
Shinosky getting his first touch back since coming back onto the field. As Guzman has it, and he'll send it back to Shinosky. Shinosky getting pressured, does all he can just to get it out of danger. And Burke, that ball taking an odd bounce, just goes right over his head, but stays with Louisville City. Burke getting that one up to Dakers, but a little too far to the side. So now Shinosky heading it back for Louisville City. Burke getting pressured, almost turns it over. That ball going all the way back to Goodwin. And Monsono with a little bit of an acrobatic play there, kind of doing a somersault. Not sure what really happened, lost his balance.
I think he might have tripped up going backwards, but to credit to him, he almost got it on the...
I would have been thoroughly impressed if you say, because he got back on his feet and was still in a position where he could almost get the ball back.
I don't know about you, Jim, but my days of being able to do that are long gone.
I never had those days, so I can't really speak to what that would be like. I was the guy that would be sent in the 4th grade. It's like, all right, we've got a safe lead. He can't screw anything up, so we can put him in now. As Goodwin now getting set to take this one. off of the whistle there. As he sends that one up to Fondi, and a little extracurricular activity there, a little too handsy as Fondi draws the foul. And look, you can see Guzman and Quinn both standing over the ball now. I don't know if you saw Rodriguez run in there late talking, oh, they're going to take it quick, gotta be ready.
I would say they'll do what they can to make sure they have their defense, their wall lined up nicely on this. But as we've seen from Quinn, he doesn't need to worry about a wall.
Well, absolutely. It's just that left foot of his is just magical.
Might be a little bit far out, but let's see.
There's Quinn getting ready to take this one as Guzman gets his position. Quinn right into the wall. The wonder strike is not to be, and he tried to get that one back into play, and that one goes well over the net.
You can't blame him for having a pot. When your confidence is up like that, you need to take those you need to take the chances that you have, see what happens. At 0-0, it's not a big deal.
So we're approaching the 15th minute here, still, as you just said, 0-0 here, as Fondi almost getting onto the end of that one as he's applying the pressure. Now Rasmussen hopping in on it, and Louisville City causes the turnover. So now Dacre sends that one back to Shinosky, still working on the right side, now to Burke, who sends that one deep, looking for Dacres or Fondi, whoever can get to it. And the battery does an excellent job of marking Matt Fondi and preventing Fondi from getting his feet onto that one.
Yeah, I think they've put Ferguson specifically to mark Fondi in this game, which is probably a good idea. Ferguson's got the height, but Fondi has the persistence.
Oh, absolutely, as Ferguson stands at 6'4", so he is a pretty tall player. Matt Fondi only 6'1", so Ferguson definitely having the size advantage in that matchup tonight.
He's one of the few men who will make Fondi look like a short guy.
As the battery looking to get things restarted on this throw in here.
Yeah, Quentin Griffith there, right back. He's handy. He's an international with Haiti. No, not Haiti, sorry, apologies. With Antigua and Barbuda. He can play a bit.
Absolutely. It's, he will again, Griffith, throw this one in. A nice ball along the right side is a chance for the battery, but an even better job by Murat closing down that corner, and very upset with Montano, who missed that man there.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving up crossing chances that easily.
So that ball sent in, and Rasmussen coming in there, heading that one out of bounds on throw-in.
We should have the best of the game in height and in defense here, from what I can see. Most of our guys are have a few inches on theirs from just an eye point of view rather than.
The ball switching fields there as Goodwin is able to scoop it up, but it will stay with the battery as a couple Louisville City guys playing up top, applying some pressure. It's Fondi. That ball getting upfield, and Guzman picks it up for Louisville City off the deflection. Now Quinn, nice pass to McCabe along this left side, up to Rasmussen, immediately taken down on the tackle. On the ref calls another foul here as Rasmussen still holding his left leg there.
That looked a pretty harsh tackle. I'd like to see the replay on that.
As Rasmussen still down there.
So here we have the ball through from McCabe, and yeah,
a little bit of a scissor kick there.
Yeah, probably not a card, probably as well not a card, but definitely no question of a foul there. Those can be sore.
Yes, they can. I believe getting tackled, last time I checked, does not feel very good.
That one looked pretty nasty.
Fortunately, I don't have too much experience with taking down. Back when I used to play, it was more kickball than it was actually soccer. As Montaneau sends this one into the box. Cooper having to come off his line and tried to punch it out. Fondy imploring for a corner kick here, as it will stay with Louisville City. And Montaneau, again, has been the master of set pieces this season for Louisville City. We'll be set to take this one here in a minute.
You can hear the Corners for Cancer chant there coming up from the Louisville Heretics. Cancer research. We're all in favor of that.
Absolutely. It's Montaneau. Dakers there short if he wants him. He'll send this ball in. A low ball to Rasmussen. Takes a couple bounces. And the Battery able to deal with that ball there, but an interesting play there, kind of short and low by Montaneau.
Yeah, I think it caught a few people out there, possibly including a couple of our own, but I don't think Charleston expected that at all.
As Burke, now back to Szymanski. As Louisville City will try and switch fields here all the way over to Montaneau. Tried to work it up the line, was looking for McCabe. Ball go out of bounds.
Got a bit of movement.
Montaneau gets that one back off the throw and looking for Fondy.
The flag has gone up straight on that. I think offside, yeah. Fondy is going to be in a big tussle with those two guys at the back, particularly Ferguson.
Ferguson did an excellent job there of not giving Fondy an inch of daylight.
No.
So obviously they've read the scattering reports and have seen the games before. Matt Fondy is the center point of this attack. So now the Battery with a chance here. Almost caught Louisville City sleeping. McCabe, a nice little pass there, and sends that one off of Kelly.
I see Charleston seem to be pressing quite high tonight. They clearly are keen to get an early goal.
So now Quinn off the throne, almost got that one up to Fondy, but Ferguson again was there to make sure he didn't. And again, if Charleston apply, as you mentioned a moment ago, playing that high line, Louisville City's been susceptible, very susceptible to giving up some soft passes in the back line across the middle, and has led to some goals against this defense, as Rasmussen unable to corral it there, and Ferguson getting out of danger for the Battery.
Of course, the danger with playing the high line, if the right ball comes through, and we've seen Fondy take a couple of them, it can be curtains for your keeper.
Well, particularly if Goodwin starts off the counterattack, as he typically does. That ball sent into the box, and an early shot, but that one going just wide as Fernandez was in the right place at the right time.
It's a nice cross in, where I think Goodwin possibly had the catching of it, but I'm glad we didn't have to find out.
As Louisville City again trying to get that attack started, as Rasmussen now up to Dakers. Was looking for Fondy again. Still yet to find the feet of Fondy tonight.
That was a vital interception there from Morad.
I believe Kelly that was Kelly racing on, and that guy has definitely got some speed. My goodness. There's not much that defensive line for Louisville City could have done right there.
No, that was the perfect play.
Battery getting set to send this one into the box. And Louisville City able to clear it, as Quinn eventually getting it across the midline.
We are
all the way back to Cooper.
We are very, very conscious of their danger from crosses and from corners. I saw pretty much everybody from Louisville was back in the half, and almost all in and around the 18-yard box in order to prevent possibilities they were bringing up.
There's a nice chip there, as that finding Prince. Prince leaves it off for Van Schaak, who sends that into the box, but Dakers is there for Louisville City. And now a shot from distance, but that one not having a chance as it sails wide over the net.
It gets a cheer from the Coopers. They're not unhappy. But I would say, thus far, Jim, I'd say this is possibly one of the 2 or 3 best sides I've seen here in Slugger this year.
No, I would tend to agree with that, as both teams appear to be playing at their best. As Goodwin getting set to send this one deep downfield. Looking for Guzman.
Ooh.
Guzman almost leaves off for Fondy. Does Fondy in the box. But important defense played by Mueller there, and that one ends up going out of bounds as Fondy unable to corral it there, but that's the ball he wanted. That's the one he was waiting for.
Yeah.
It's the first real chance for Fondy tonight.
It's the best opportunity so far. I can see more of them coming. I think it looks like we're playing a little bit of a longer ball tonight to try and jumpstart that attack, but Fondy's first touch was nearly what it needed to be. The second touch let him down on this occasion. He won't let that happen he won't let that happen again, I don't think, tonight.
As so far, the majority of the attack, as you mentioned, has been on the long balls. Haven't seen it so much from Burke and Dakers along the right side, which is typically where Louisville City's at their best. And also, a number has been down the left side with Montaneau and McCabe getting a number of chances started.
It's a very good point. I think that may be a choice. So much has been said about the Burke-Dakers combination and how effective that's been for us. I think Coach O'Connor might be playing a little bit of mind games, sending it down the other side when they're expecting it to be coming down the right.
As there's one of those passes we were talking about, across the middle to Goodwin, as a Charleston battery player was given chase there. Goodwin able to clear it. It's now Burke on this right side, as Dakers almost triple teamed there. Now Quinn in the middle of the field gets that one up to Guzman. McCabe, who gets it to Rasmussen. Looking for Montaneau on the left side. Ball a little too far in front of him, as Griffith able to clear it. That'll be a goal kick for the battery.
Yes, I've a feeling that Michael Anhauser, the coach for the battery, has done a lot of homework on this team, and he's right to if he has, because second place at the moment looks like it's between these two sides.
As I believe the battery 6 points behind Louisville City at this current time, so a win here for Charleston would be absolutely huge, as they definitely want one of those first-round byes in the playoffs.
Oh, yes. Nobody wants to play all the games.
No, absolutely not. As Van Schaak sending this one in, and Goodwin will let that one sail over the net.
Scarier looking than it actually was from our vantage point. Goodwin knew what was going on the whole time.
As Shinaski now up to Guzman. Again, the battery playing that extremely high line right now. Not making it easy for Louisville to get it out of their own end. As Guzman chips it up for Fondy, but the flag is up. So it was just a step offside.
That's a well-drilled defense. That back four, now that they're back to their usual lineup, clearly knows what they're at.
It's now on the left side is Montaneau. Excuse me, right side is that ball goes out of bounds, thrown to the battery. That ball sent into the box off the Griffith throw-in, bounces back to Van Schaak, who heads it in. Rodriguez chips it up, looking for anybody.
And that's offside on the other end now. Anything you can do, we can do at least as well.
as Rodriguez did very well there to just chip that ball up, as it was still in a dangerous position. But fortunately for Louisville City, that flag indeed was up. Again, working on the left side. Montaneau chips that ball upfield, looking for Fondy.
A little bit too far on this occasion, but Fondy is being very carefully watched.
It's now Shinaski able to pick it up, gives it right back. It's now the battery looking to start on the right side as they'll switch fields. A beautiful ball there to Rodriguez, putting the moves on Dakers. That ball able to get into the box. Not out of danger yet, but Burke clearing it. Was looking for Dakers. Now to Rodriguez again along that right side of the field. The ball into the box, but that will go out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for Louisville City. Excuse me, that's Marina, not Rodriguez. It's been causing a lot of troubles on that side of the field.
Yeah, from this angle, it can be a little bit difficult to see the numbers, and a 19 and a 18 aren't all that dissimilar. Rodriguez is, of course, a very handy player on loan from Houston Dynamo, not Dynamo Houston. We don't live in that part of the world.
Goodwin sends that one upfield. Now Montano again on the left side, up to Quinn, who switched his field looking for Burke. Burke able to prevent it from going out of bounds. Leaves it up for Guzman, but Louisville City will again have to start of their backfield. Burke looking for Quinn in the middle of the field, and he's getting pressured. But able to get it to Murad. And again, working on the left side.
You can see Charleston are a very, very disciplined squad, and their pressing is intense. Every single one of our boys are going to be coming off tonight exhausted.
Absolutely. It's now Burke on the right side. Sending that one into the box. Had Rasmussen, but a little too far past him as Ferguson again. It's been excellent tonight for the battery in this first half. As Rasmussen also has not had many opportunities on the ball for Louisville City, as a lot of the attack starts with him.
Yeah, the much-loved Magram is fantastic up front in that attacking midfield role for us. He really has this love and zest for the game, chases every ball like a terrier, and yeah, has gotten his share of goals and earned them too.
It's now entering the 30th minute, and Louisville City and Charleston here still tied 0-0.
And bad news for both Louisville and Charleston, who with hopes to catch Rochester at halftime. It's 1-0 for Rochester over the Harrisburg City Islanders. Charlotte Independence, for those of you who are interested in the Carolinas, are 2-0 up on Pittsburgh. And meanwhile, for those of you who are interested in Louisville, Richmond are holding St. Louis to a draw.
So now Montano gets that one up to Rasmussen, leaves it for McCabe. Turnover here as Quinn pounces on it for Louisville City, though, and gets it right back. Over to Shinoski, to Burke on the right side, and he's getting pressured immediately. Up to Dakers. Dakers, a nice back heel pass to Burke. Burke with a step over, but that ball going out of bounds. It's a beautiful back heel pass by Dakers for almost at full speed, catching Burke perfectly in stride. Very unlucky for Louisville City there.
Yeah, there's been a couple of moments like that where just a slight touch better, a little bit of luck, you could have a real opening coming up.
And interestingly enough, neither of the goalies tonight have really been challenged too much, as both defensive lines have been extremely solid, being in the right place at the right time and not letting any attacking players get much of an opportunity.
Would you describe this as a pitcher's game so far?
you know, I just might. It's
Oh!
As that almost spoke too soon there, is a very dangerous backhead pass that Goodwin was not expecting.
No, I don't think any of us were.
Extremely fortunate for Goodwin and Louisville City, as that ball was not going too quickly.
Yeah, if that had been if that ball had been coming harder when it came to the Morad, that could be in the back of the net now.
And that would have been a costly goal, as right now Charleston making it very hard for Louisville City to do anything on the attacking side.
At the risk of offering us a tactical suggestion, I suspect that after the game on Thursday, the travel, and I think they've been away from home since Wednesday at the very least. My hopes are possibly in seeing holes opening up in the last 10 minutes of the game, last 20 minutes of the game, as they've got to be tired at this point. Absolutely.
As Louisville City's had a couple stretches just like that, where you could see the fatigue definitely played a factor. Now, maybe not early on, but as the game goes on, there's a good chance Charleston will use every one of those 5 substitutes to try and get fresh legs onto the field.
Yeah, Anheuser will definitely need to get everybody playing today. But I do notice he has 3 strikers on the bench, and only 2, maybe 3, depending on how you classify Boyd, midfielders. So if they're going to be using all the subs, they're going to have to go for attack.
As a dangerous ball there to Kelly. And another excellent job of Goodwin coming way off his line. And he looks to get that attack started early by getting that up to Quinn. But again, Charleston not allowing too many holes in this attack. Shinowski was looking for Dakers. That ball picked up by the battery.
Tourier is doing a lot of very good work there for the battery.
As Kelly with the shot and a definite chance there, but that one sails wide, but it did force Goodwin to reach out for it.
It's been called as a corner. I don't know about you, Jim, but that didn't look like a corner to me.
I don't believe it from our angle. It did to me. It also did not look like Goodwin got a touch on it.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. Oh, here we go with the replay. So Tourier's ball down to Kelly. Kelly's strike. Unless it struck the defender on the way, that looked to me like it sailed.
I am not too sure with that one. Ball was coming in fast, so obviously very hard to tell at full speed. This ball now sent into the box, and that one sent over the crossbar. The goal kick to Louisville City.
I'd say thus far, 33 minutes in, the best of the game has probably been with Charleston in terms of the attack, but it's been a very tight, very nip and tuck game.
I would tend to agree with that assessment there, as they've certainly had the better opportunities, if you will. As Louisville City really unable to get the ball up to Fondy, nor Rasmussen for that matter, as those guys have been very important in the attack, and Daker's also not able to do a whole lot either, as really the Ferguson and Mueller have been absolutely huge, and also Griffith and Adjute not yielding any amount of space for either one of those players.
Yeah. The minute we set foot inside their half, they are on it. Here we go.
Now, back to Guzman. Guzman sends that one up. Perhaps a little miscommunication there, as he was looking for both Fondy and Dakers, but neither of them running into the box.
One thing that has to be said about the game, even though there's not been many chances, there's been some beautiful passing. There's been some really good running. It's a very technical game tonight.
Oh, absolutely. The passes have really been short and crisp, but at the same time, those long balls have been almost perfect.
As one goes wrong, just as we say it.
Perhaps we jinxed it. Now Quinn up to Dakers. Dakers with his first really any opportunity here. This little step over is now sent it over to McCabe on the left side. McCabe gets it back to Dakers. Over to Quinn, who chips it in, looking for Dakers. Dakers able to control it. Now back to Fondy outside the box, and the shot takes a deflection. As that defense is not giving Louisville City anything at all tonight. With that ball eventually going out of bounds. There's another beautiful crowd tonight here. Louisville Slugger Field, as it's really starting to pick up, as now Fondy, and that one goes almost through his legs, it looked like, and finds Cooper.
You really get a sense that while we haven't had many chances, it needs the ball to bounce the right way once, and Fondy will latch onto it tonight.
As that's where a majority of his goals have really come, is him being in the right place at the right time, and sometimes being a little fortunate off of a bad bounce or a lucky bounce.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's pounced on a number of those this season. There's a beautiful move there by Kelly, and Kelly's going to do it himself, but Murad has other plans, and they get the attack started for Louisville City as Dakers gets that up to Rasmussen, now up to Quinn. Now working on the left side, as that's McCabe. Gets that up to Rasmussen, gets it right back. Now Rasmussen with space. Gets over to Montano, and he sends that one into the box looking for Fondy. But again, Ferguson is there, not giving Fondy really any opportunity at that ball. So now the Battery getting their own attack started before Burke steps in and halts the momentum.
Quite a bit of football in that few seconds, going end to end, even though there aren't shots on goal at the end of it. Again, the defenses are playing very well tonight.
As a number of boos coming from the crowd.
I believe
one of that was about.
I think one of our players was down for a moment in the center. It looked like it might be Morad or Quinn. Couldn't quite see, but
everybody's on their feet now. So I'm completely clueless to what happened there. Is a nice turnover there for Louisville City as Fondy. Back to Quinn, and they'll switch fields to Burke. Again, working on the right side. Guzman, and Louisville City will have to send it back. As Montano able to save that one from going out of bounds. I spoke too soon, as that one eventually did go out of bounds. Be a turnover there, is unfortunate for Louisville City.
yeah, it's become a very tight, intense game. Almost chess football, if you like. It's going to take a master move to unlock it.
It's been a bit of a stalemate recently.
Very much.
There's Griffith on the right side there. So Montano went down, but Louisville City able to clear it. Will stay with the Battery.
So Charleston have quite a distance to go after this. It's going to be, if they're flying, it's 2 hours 40 minutes back to Charleston from here. If they're driving, it's going to be the bones of 9 hours.
I'm glad I'm staying here tonight.
Yeah.
As Fondy trying to win it there for Louisville City, and was a bit too aggressive and draws a foul there.
So Charleston are bringing a lot of players up for this free kick, but they're keeping the usual four back in case of any emergency.
As they take it short, and Griffith trying to improve his lie a little bit. Chips that one up. The flag is up though, as Goodwin mistimed that ball, but Prince was offside.
I think Goodwin had the running of that if Prince had still been onside myself. But I'm just glad that the whistle blew it when it did.
As Quinn now gets it over to Shinaski. Back up to Burke, to Guzman. Guzman getting pressured a lot, and a little too aggressive there as
back and forth.
Foul there. That's McCabe. Now with Quinn to Montano on the left side. Almost turns it over here, and they do turn it over. But get it right back. It's the ball bouncing in the air. Louisville City able to corral it. Shinaski threads the needles there to Quinn. He tried to get it up to Rasmussen, but unable to find his foot. Now Ferguson standing on the ball. Sends that one up to Shinaski, who plays for the other team. Is now Dakers.
Fondy gets a bit of space.
Fondy, he finally, but unable to do a whole lot there. As soon as he gets the ball, he's immediately swarmed. It's now Kelly, a beautiful touch there, able to control it. Sends that one into the box after Burke chased him out of bounds.
That was excellent work by Burke to chase him down there. Kelly is a dangerous player. I know we've been talking a lot about Ferguson and Mueller and how they've been marking Fondy out of it, but our guys keeping on top of Kelly, they've done an amazing job.
There's now a chance here for Louisville City as Rasmussen gets it up for Fondy, but the flag is up. As again, he's a step offside. That's the third offside of the game for Louisville City. Each and every single one of those times has come when they've been looking for Fondy.
Yeah.
So the Charleston Battery is playing an excellent line right now.
I haven't seen a line this good since the old Arsenal team. These guys know they've drilled. They're great at this. All full credit to their back line. Obviously, we hope that they fail soon.
As Rasmussen gets it up to Fondy, this time he's onside. Is he going to do it himself? He's waiting for support, and he'll have to send that one all the way back to Quinn, who switches fields to Burke, who gets it to Dakers. And again, Charleston not making it easy for Louisville City, that's for sure. It's now all the way back to Guzman, and after a bit of momentum, Louisville City having to restart the attack and almost turns it over.
What I'm seeing here quite a bit is how quick the defense of Charleston are into smother an attack.
Rasmussen there, a lovely bit of footwork. And unfortunately doesn't yield anything for Louisville City as they give it right back. And now Louisville City playing very high line, looking to get a turnover. And no foul there as a Charleston battery player went down as McCabe. A miscommunication there as that ball sent between both Fondy and Rasmussen.
It was a nice ball. Nobody on the right to pick up the leftovers, as it were. But again, anybody connects with that there, you have a serious opportunity on goal.
It certainly would have been at least garnered a shot. As now Goodwin racing to save this one from going out of bounds, and does, able to keep it in. And prevents a corner kick. As now Louisville City getting pressured as they try to clear it out of their end. McCabe goes down but hops right back up. It's now Quinn. Will thread the needle to Dakers, and nobody there as Dakers' touch unkind. As we're now approaching the 45th minute of play, an opportunity from Kelly, and that looks like that took a bounce off of Murad. And excellent job by Goodwin to not let that one try to the back of the net.
So could we say that the two best chances of the game so far both come from Tarek Morad?
It's
maybe a bit unfair on him, I think.
It's arguable. It's now that opportunity, and Fondy finds the back of the net as Louisville City in the final minute of the first half finally gets themselves a goal as they lead this one 1-0. Matt Fondy, my
Fondy
goodness.
does it again. Like I said, like everybody I think in the field has said, he gets one chance the right way. Beautiful header, gorgeous cross in. Came pretty quickly, and Burke's cross in as always. Gorgeous ball.
Perfect ball.
Fondy.
You're not going to stop Fondy if he gets an opportunity like that.
He gets the space and a cross like that.
There's again another look here, and that's the 8th assist for Brian Burke, leads the team.
That's remarkable.
That's incredible for a defender.
For a defender. And what Fondy does there is the classic Gary Lineker thing: attack the space, find the holes, go where you're not expected, and he just pops in between the two defenders who are marking him. 1-0 to Louisville.
Perhaps it was only a matter of time before Fondy found the back of the net, and that is 17th of the season. And you have to feel for Charleston Battery as they played an excellent half of soccer, preventing Louisville City from really doing anything on the attack.
It was looking like it was going to be a stalemate to the half, and I think Charleston can feel a little bit hard done by this. But when Fondy's on form, Fondy's on form.
Of course, got to give all credit to Brian Burke there. Is again, beautiful cross.
His crossing has been sensational this season.
We also, quick note, we have 3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. A lot of that due to that early delay.
Yes, the injury to Shanosky. Shanosky seems to be the better for it. I had worried that a knock like that can put you off your game, but he's been on it. And he's had to be today with Kelly, who has been everywhere. It could so easily be 1-0 the other way. It could so easily be 0-0. I'll take the lead.
As Kelly now takes another shot. Goodwin, an excellent save there as Kelly has free will to fire it from whatever part of the field he wants. As now working up the left side is McCabe, as Louisville City's counter looking to get things underway. It's now Guzman, and they'll send that one back to Murad. Again, they'll stay on this left side. It's now Murad, back to Montano, and he'll get it right back. It's now Goodwin. And he'll finally switch fields here.
I don't think we'll see any crazy, wild attacking for the next minute or so. I think keeping the ball right now, keeping their foot on the game, get into the half if we get another opportunity.
They're trying to lull him asleep, and Daker's a beautiful dummy there as Fondy being marked by Ferguson. He'll leave that one back for Burke. There's not too much time left in this one, perhaps only a matter of seconds. It's now Burke, back to Shinoski. Again, that was an excellent dummy by Dakers, and ended up finding Fondy. And there is the first half whistle. And we'll head into halftime with Louisville City leading 1-0 at the half, thanks to a beautiful cross and finish from Matt Fondy.
That pass must be the first time I think we've seen Brian Burke with more than a few inches of space in the Charleston half. Clearly, they knew to try and stop that. The first chance he got to get one in, it's a goal.
And again, it had to be an absolutely perfect play for Louisville City to break down this Charleston battered defense. And we'll be right back with more from Louisville Slugger Field in Louisville, Kentucky. You've been watching live action of the USL Soccer exclusively on the Louisville City FC YouTube channel, produced by Turbo Sports Group. For 99.999% of that first half, it was a stalemate until Brian Burke fed a perfect ball to the head of Matt Fondy to give Louisville City a 1-0 lead. It took literal perfection from a counterattack to break through one of, if not the best backlines I've seen in the entire USL, that of the Charleston Battery. Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field. As I just mentioned, Louisville City hoisting that 1-0 lead over the Charleston Battery. Martin French.
Jim, it was a tough first half, and it looked like it was going to be a 0-0 at the halftime, but the right proved the great route in. Our boys are coming back onto the field now. They've let Charleston wait for a few minutes, which I think is interesting. We have the lead, and defeat is not an option tonight for Charleston. We could a draw suits us better. They're going to be coming out hungry, I think.
I would absolutely, as you almost have to feel for the Charleston Battery again, as that defensive line of Griffith, Ferguson, Mueller, and Adjute, it was absolutely phenomenal for 44 minutes and 30 seconds of that first half. And it took, it was literally a perfect play from Brian Burke to Matt Fondy off a very fast counterattack, because if you wait much longer, you cannot get past that back line.
These guys are in on it. They're and we talk a lot about the back four, but it has to be said, they're midfielders. Their five-man midfield have closed down everything remarkably quickly. The minute you set foot over that halfway line, they're on you. First time that Brian Burke got 2 free yards of space. First time that Fondy got forward without being offside.
Well, first time Fondy was able to fight through Griffith and Ferguson and Mueller. He was in the perfect place, and it was really the only time he's had any amount of space. And they made the Charleston Battery pay, as there was nothing Cooper could have done on that. It was just a perfect header from -2 yards away from the goal.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he couldn't have been any. The skill to get the ball in the right place, the skill to get into that spot. These players, they're remarkable professionals, but to break down this defense, it took something special.
Oh, absolutely is. We're now just moments away from getting the second half underway, as Louisville City again in the home purple. Switch fields, they'll be going from left to right on your screen. And the visiting Charleston Battery will be going from right to left in that yellow and black striped uniform.
The Wasps, as it were. It's a very distinctive colors. Of course, Charleston, funnily enough, are a team that I actually knew about, and a lot of us knew about in Ireland back as early as 2000.
Really?
Yes. Terry Phelan, who played for Ireland for many years and is a bit of a cult hero, often mentioned by Irish people in lists of the 100 best players in the world, probably not rightly.
As now a chance here early, as Rasmussen tried to get that bender in, but found the head of, I believe that was Mueller there. Was in the right place at the right time.
Yes, Terry Phelan used to play for them way back, and when Ireland got through to the World Cup in 2002 and were short a left back, in came the message that Terry was willing to leave Charleston to play in the World Cup.
That is a fantastic piece of trivia right there. I would have never guessed that in a million years. Yeah. That's where that story was going. Is now Dakers in the middle of the field with a shot, and that one just wide, as Cooper not having to leave his line.
That's an interesting first minute of play. We've had a lot more attacks than we did in the first, I'd say, 30 minutes of the first half.
Well, really, that first minute, Louisville City has had the ball here on this end of the field, and immediately it looked like that goal rejuvenated them.
Yeah, Dakers does what he does best, gets the ball at his feet, makes a little bit of space, and has a pot.
Absolutely is. Now the ball bouncing around in the midfield before Monsono corrals it for Louisville City.
The danger here for Charleston, sorry the regiment, and sorry Queen Anne's Revenge, is that you guys need to get a goal.
Absolutely, is a beautiful back heel there But Louisville City able to clear that one.
The danger being if they put everything into getting the goal, it could end up backfiring and leaving bigger gaps at the back.
As Charleston was trying to play along that right side there, but absolutely, as Charlotte cannot afford losing a game, losing 3 points or losing a result of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we still have the game in Charleston, and that's gonna be a real tough one. Here we go. Offside again for Fondy, is it?
It certainly is. As right now, that would give Louisville City 45 points on the season and would leave Charleston
9 points behind.
36 and 9 points behind and out of second place. And that's Louisville City with a game in hand on most of the league.
Yeah. Charleston's remaining games would be us in their neck of the woods, Richmond away, Pittsburgh away, and us and Charlotte in Charleston. That's a tough run-in.
And again, that would open the door for Richmond to get back into the thicket, as there would be a three-way tie for third place.
And Richmond would have a game in hand. Or actually, they're playing right now. I shall find out the score and let you know.
So now Charleston, again, trying to play along that left side. That right side. Gets that up to Dakers. Losing it here. But get it right back off a poor throw in there, but there's a whistle. That'll be a foul. And we've got the first booking of the match.
For Kelly. Kelly gets booked.
Dane Kelly. I'm not entirely sure what went on there for him to earn that one.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the replay of that. That'll be one to look at YouTube later on this evening.
As Shanaski will look to take this one here, and he takes it short. And the ref wasn't ready for him to take it yet.
He's not finished writing down Kelly. It's 5 letters, referee. You can do this. Meanwhile, news from Rochester that doesn't suit us, and it doesn't suit Charleston. 2-0 now to Rochester. 2 goals up against Harrisburg City. Won't come as a shock, I think, to many. Yet to see who scored the second one. That was in the 67-minute. Walls got a penalty for the first.
That ball looking for Fondy. Rasmussen able to get it. Now Fondy with it. Takes a shot deflection, finds Rasmussen, and all kinds of action right in front of the box. But that back line holds steady as Mueller.
It's steady,
but brick wall.
It's a lot. We didn't have chances like that in the first half, and we're only 4-5 minutes in.
And again, you mentioned this earlier. It might be a combination of fatigue as another look here.
That's a very good point. Certainly a combination of fatigue and, the focus is on getting a goal back. The midfield didn't track back nearly as quickly as they have been for that one.
It's now Charleston again, getting their attack, and they'll go along the right side. And a shot by Kelly again, and another save by Goodwin. Kelly's had all of the shot attempts for the most part, other than that Rodriguez header that nearly went in.
Okay, and Morad is injured, it looks like. Our lad, I think maybe McCabe, put the ball out of play to allow time for some attention.
Yeah, he's certainly holding his back right now.
Here we go again. It was a good shot from Kelly. You could hear the sound of it hitting the keeper's gloves from here, the far side of the field from it.
It looks like he's on his feet. And Charleston will do the right thing and just send it all the way back and be a goal kick for Louisville City.
Yeah, credit to players, teams who do that. I know sometimes the temptation when you're chasing a game is to go and attack, but all credit due.
Sportsmanship frequently wins out in situations like this.
And rightly so.
As Fondy was trying to corral it, and Charleston gets it right back. As Burke steps in, and that ball finding Kelly. And Kelly again will draw a foul there. It'll be a free kick for Louisville City.
Yes, no, I'm glad to see that fair play continues to win out. I say down with that sort of thing. Play the game in the sports-like fashion.
Absolutely. Is now Shinaski working on the right side. Puts it up to Guzman. And Charlotte's probably look for Charleston, to play a very high line tonight, particularly in the second half. As now Burke on the right side, and his touch unkind rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, Burke hasn't seen as much of the ball as he has in recent games, but as we can see, if he gets a few yards and he gets the ball at the right time, it's danger for the other side.
As McCabe was trying to chase after that ball. It's now Charleston working on the right side. So that's Griffith. Griffith waiting for some support.
Gets
a
it from
nice move there by Prince. Prince still holds on to the ball, sends it into the box, was looking for Kelly. And all he found was the Louisville City defense.
Yeah, this, whatever about tired, whatever about being a goal up, we can't allow any space to this Charleston team. They really, really are hungry. They've been unlucky. They've lost the last, what was it? I think it's 3 of the last 5 games. They drew their last 2 home games, which is, to be honest, from what we can see tonight, not very representative of where they should be at. This team is clearly a very strong team, clearly technically very good. They're well drilled. I think we're perhaps a little bit lucky to be up, but if we aren't careful now, we will go down a goal again.
Now Marina on the left side for Charleston. Only has Burke to beat, gets the cross in, but Murad was there, and that one cleared out of bounds. Be a throw in to Charleston. As Prince gets it right back off the throw in. Oh, a nice pass there to Marina. And Prince getting it back. Congestion, able to hold on to it. Another nice move. As some beautiful footwork displayed by Prince, and wins a corner for Charleston.
Yeah, really, really lovely turn, dribble through. There's the part of you that wants to see him have a shot, especially the part of you that knows that a shot's probably going to be stopped by Scotty Goodwin if you're pulling for Louisville.
And interesting here is Louisville City leads, as far as I'm concerned, the world in corners. As that one sent into the box. Goodwin having to come off his line, falls back to Marina. And now a shot from distance, but that one was always wide. Now a goal kick for Louisville City, but Louisville City only 1 corner tonight compared to Charleston's 3.
That's quite remarkable. Charleston, I think, have about 5.2 corners per game.
And Louisville City is almost approaching 7 corners a game.
It's remarkable. It's remarkable.
Almost unbelievable.
Well, I think the corner count generally does give a reasonably good assessment of how a game is.
As the flag is up again, as Louisville City and O'Connor imploring that Fondy stepped away from the ball knowing it was offside as Dakers ran onto it, but it does not matter.
It's not a popular decision, though.
But it ultimately is the right decision, as
I would agree.
Fondy definitely a massive distraction.
Yeah, unfortunately, to be honest, if Fondy is not interfering with play, he's going to be a distraction to any defense the form he's in.
Absolutely. As now on the left side is Marina, but a long slide tackle from Burke.
Saving tackle there.
Absolutely.
They were forward in numbers.
So that one sent out of bounds as we're now in the 57th minute here. Still 1-0 to Louisville City. Again, now Dakers on that right side. He clears it, but only as far as the Charleston midfielder, number 15 there, defender, Adichie. Again, Charleston will work on that left side. But Louisville City's defense is Burke going down there. Now Rasmussen leaves it off for Dakers.
Hold on side, Fondy.
Dakers was getting pressured. Kind of
Yeah,
slow
you
down
can
there.
you can see Charleston are all about getting a goal back,
Absolutely.
and they are moving forward in numbers. What I think we can only hope for the rest of this game from a Louisville perspective. Sorry, fans of Charleston, we have I have a little bit of a Louisville perspective here. But what we can only hope for, I think, is a quick break and hope to score off one of those, because I have a feeling we're going to see Charleston pushing in.
This ball is sent into the box, but Goodwin coming off the line to pick that one out of the air as Prince was racing towards goal. So now Louisville City will start along the left side, as that's Montenot looking for McCabe.
Lovely bit of skill.
Unfortunately loses it there, as he had the space if he was able to hold on to it and had his man beat. Montenot gets it back along the left side. Gets it to McCabe. A beautiful give and go, but just too far in front of Montenot.
Nice little interchange there. You can see that these players, who it's hard to believe never played with each other less than a year ago, have really developed a chemistry. And while we've been talking a lot all season about the Burke-Kadeem connection, you can see Montano and McCabe have something similar going on their side.
Oh, absolutely. So now that's Guzman, and leave that going off of his arm there. Yes, Charleston will get the restart here.
Haitian international Tourier there was going to take it. Played against the US during the Gold Cup, did you know?
I did not know that.
Came on as a sub. So they have a lot of very good players. They've got a lot of internationals on their team. I think a lot of non-Americans as well. I think it's about their squad has 11 US players and 11 non-US, chiefly from the Caribbean.
It's a pretty impressive lineup there, really multicultural lineup. So now battle in the midfield as battery player going down, and we'll draw the foul there. Is that a free kick from a fairly decent distance there, just outside the semicircle?
Yeah, but you can see the men are up, and who is that? They've got Ferguson up, so this is going to be only one man in their own half, in fact.
As Rodriguez sends that one in, that ball sent back into the middle of the box. But the flag was up.
Yeah, only the goalkeeper in the Charleston half. These guys are serious about getting their equaliser. And to be fair, if I was a Charleston fan, I'd be pulling for them to try and get back into this game as fast as possible.
So right now, Shinaski along that right side. And Charleston momentarily held possession. Gives it right back. As Burke set to throw it in. They'll get it back. And loses it here as the high line of pressure paying off for Charleston right now. As Kelly, a beautiful ball into the box, found the feet of Prince, but he was unable to corral it.
We can be very lucky that Montano was right on the case right there, because that was a gorgeous ball in from Kelly, and we can see Prince has fabulous footwork. He could have undone the great work the guys did.
A nice give and go there. Burke was imploring for a handball or something, and that ball, I believe Louisville City will get a free kick here if I'm not mistaken. As Burke was looking to get that ball into the box.
We can see one of the subs on the Louisville bench getting ready to come in.
Is that a long way from here?
I think Pollock is getting ready to come on.
As Montano will get set also to take this kick here. He's in a very interesting position.
You're seeing a lot of players ready to run into the box.
And he sends this one in. A dangerous ball, but cleared out by Charleston. Louisville City, as Burke being the only man back. They'll reset the offense. So now Shinowski backpedaling. Dakers wins the throw in here.
And I think we're going to see Pollock coming on. The fourth official has his hand raised.
I think it's number 17 coming on, Kevin Cossette, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, Guy Ben, number 19. You know what? I know what I did. The numbers initially they showed were for Charleston as a substitution for the Battery, but now Guy Ben coming on, replacing Juan Guzman for Louisville City.
So an added bit of steel in the center of midfield for Louisville there.
I believe that's number, if I'm not mistaken, number 17, Garbanzo coming on.
Garbanzo, attacking midfield or a striker. He'll be handy. They're seeking that goal.
There's now Burke on the right side. Gets it to Rasmussen, who leaves it off for Guy Bend. That ball switching fields. Now Montano. And he sends it into the box. A couple players slipping. Guy Bend, the shot from distance, and that one sails over the net.
I think that would have been his first touch of the game, and that would have been one hell of a first touch.
Oh my goodness, it would have been the perfect substitute, if you will. As Guy Bend, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his first time playing back at home in quite a long time.
Yep.
As he went out
I think
with an
the
injury.
first game against St. Louis was the last time we saw him play here.
And he was a very important player for Louisville City in the early going. As he adds a different dynamic to this team that they've kind of had to regroup, and guys playing slightly different positions than they're typically normal to.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that after Abend was injured, we took 4 or 5 games to properly regroup and tried a lot of different people out in the double pivot. Having him back now, we've got Quinn, who's really an attacking midfielder, and Guzman has been a great combination, but Abend brings another dimension in. We've got 3 great players. It's going to be tough to take any of those guys off.
As Charleston takes it quickly here, as Prince put the moves on against Akers, and he centers it, gets it back, but it was too far in front of him and goes out of bounds. Goal kick to Louisville City.
You can see Prince is taking his time getting back. I'm guessing that it's all starting to take a toll.
So now Montano working on the left side. Gets it up to McCabe. Montano chips that ball up. Somehow finds Rasmussen.
Who somehow finds the ground.
As that foul going against Rasmussen. As Griffiths switching fields. The ball still up in the air. Louisville City looks to control it. It's Dakers.
Nicely controlled by Dakers.
Sends that one up to Fondy as he somehow.
Oh, this is a nice bit of
beautiful sequence of plays right there. As Dakers crosses in, looking for Rasmussen. Still has possession though. Puts the moves on. Tried to get that to Fondy, but takes a deflection as Charleston now looking to get their attack started. But Shinowski coming up.
Shinowski very far forward.
Dakers gets it to Fondy, who crosses it. Unable to find Rasmussen, as again, Charleston's defensive line holding true. As Louisville City now still with possession. Over to Burke on the right side, was looking for Dakers, finds him. Dakers getting pressured immediately by Agite. So now Marina. Louisville City trying to get it back, but now it's in the feet of Kelly, and he's racing towards goal. A nice move, but a beautiful tackle by Murad.
And Dakers again. He's really hungry tonight.
As he's coming along the right side, putting the moves on. Daker's going to take the shot with his left foot, but Cooper is in the right place at the right time for the easy save.
Probably a little bit far out to be trying that shot, but I don't play. You know, he's had luck with these kind of things before, especially when the keeper might not be expecting it.
So he was able to thread the needle there, so a nice shot by Dakers. And at the other end, Goodwin coming up with the save.
Ball running through, he beats the player to it. I think it's their number 17.
Garbanzo. That's fun to say.
Yeah.
As Fondi somehow wins the ball over Ferguson, which has not happened almost at all tonight. Now a bend.
It really seems to have gone from what was very much a slow, technical chess game played over about 30 yards to end-to-end stuff with chances and shots for everybody.
Well, it's been a very exciting half so far. That's for sure. Really much more exciting than that first half, and not a lot of opportunities either way. As now Marina crossing it in, takes a deflection off Burke, and Goodwin will scoop it up.
Yeah, it seems to have changed greatly. I mean, it's an awful old cliche, but the goal has really changed the game. It's made it. It means that Charleston really need to get two.
Well, that's very true. It's definitely changed the way Charleston's had to play, and Louisville City really capitalizing as they've played a much freer flowing version of soccer, which we're typically used to seeing as a bend.
Yeah, that was
a scrum on the field there.
It's clearly a free to Charleston, I think, on that occasion. Charleston sub coming on now.
As number 19, Marina, coming off. And number 10, Boyd, coming on for...
Boyd is very handy of a crosser of the ball from what I've seen of his play this year.
That ball was looking for Prince, I believe, but a little too far past him, but we'll stay with Charleston.
Griffith Monk throw coming up. This guy can throw it, but doesn't on this occasion.
As the man sitting to my left, who will remain nameless in the box, just showed me a scoreline as Rochester up 4-0, and Fondi, again, I believe a whistle there.
Yeah.
I'll stay with Charleston, but then Rochester up 4-0 right now.
That's unfortunate for the hopes of both these teams to win it. But let's face it, I don't think any of us were shocked.
And that is final as well.
Final, yeah, that makes sense.
Just coming in.
Well, when it was 2-0 to Rochester, I don't think there was going to be much hope for Harrisburg.
That is an uphill climb.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Especially against a team as tight at the back as Rochester are. 12 goals conceded this year. You're not going to see them just giving up 3 willy-nilly. Never mind 5, as would have been what we would have liked to have seen.
As another substitute, number 17, Kevin Cossette, will replace Kadeem Dakers for Louisville City.
Dakers has earned his rest, although I have every confidence he'll be frustrated to be coming off. He's contributed a lot. He clearly wanted a goal tonight. But Cassette's come in. He's done reasonably well, I thought, the last day. It'll be interesting to see if he's playing on the left again, or is he going to play on the right.
Louisville City wins the ball back here. Now Guy wanting the foul. This ball sent in the box. Now Kelly getting swarmed, and that one will go out
for a corner.
Yeah, corner. Battery.
Yeah, again, a dangerous moment. Charleston sweeping forward. Lucky that, was it Montano put it out, I think?
I believe so. He was definitely in the vicinity, perhaps along with Murad. A large number of players swarm that position. This ball now sent into the box. And the far side of the box, where nobody was near it, and it'll go out of bounds and will be a throw into Louisville City. As you got to think, really wanting that cornerback.
Very quickly taken. And up to Cassette on the wing, is it?
It certainly is. Looks like a straight switch as Cassette playing Dacre's typical position on the right side.
And Cassette getting into the game there, all right.
He's letting his presence known as he's definitely got a lot of energy, and that ball back and forth there goes out of bounds.
I expect Cassette will be very keen to impress tonight. The last time he played here, unfortunately, was the Montreal game we shall not speak of. Nobody felt particularly happy with that. I believe that was his first game, his only game to date so far in Slugger Field.
Yes, that is correct. That was his first game. He started that one and subbed off at halftime. As a substitution for Charleston is number 14, Van Schack, coming off. And this ball sent into the box off the corner. Montano's head gets it. It's number 14, Van Schack, coming off, and number 16, Cordovez.
Another forward player.
As you can see, what Charleston's thinking right now is attack, attack, attack. As they want to find a way to find the back of the net. Oh, a beautiful move there.
And a nice cross too, but unfortunately for us, to one of our boys.
That was Boyd's first touch, and now the counter on for Louisville City as Rasmussen slipping, trying to get it. And the opportunity here, the shot saved, the rebound. Rasmussen finds the back of the net, and Louisville City will go up 2-0. Off of a beautiful counterattack, and unfortunately for Cooper, what a spectacular shot by Rasmussen off the rebound. There is nothing Charleston could do about that play, and the Coopers are loving it here tonight.
Yeah, you said it. Unfortunate for Cooper, but great for the Coopers. That was a fantastic play. Really lucky, to be fair. I think, was it Tourier? Yeah, Tourier let the ball back. Very unfortunate. The keeper did well, but Magram did even better. And a purple plunge, just what the doctor ordered. This is going to make it very tough for Charleston. My heart goes out to you guys in the regiment and in Queen Anne's Revenge. It's uphill for you from here, but never say never.
As that was Quinn getting that initial shot, which forced Cooper to come up with a spectacular save. And the rebound, nothing Charleston could do. Rasmussen was in the right place at the right time, and that
unfortunate
is his 8th goal of the season.
Wow, that's not bad for a rookie midfielder.
Not at all.
Unfortunately, I mean, Cooper did everything they could. I credit to the defense for trying to get back, but unfortunately, Tourier's ball, a slip, unfortunate for him. Charleston probably don't deserve to be 2 goals down, but again, I'm not supporting Charleston.
It's now Burke. As Quinn took that ball very quickly, and Louisville City losing it here. And that will go out of bounds off of Boyd as he protested. Now Quinn. Back to Shinoski. And they lose it here, but get it right back as that's a bend. Dancing on the ball. Sends it back to Murad.
It has been the story of the second half that if a bounce is going to go either way, so far a lot of them have gone our way, because we got the ball back there from literally the ball bouncing off one of our guys.
Absolutely, that's definitely an accurate statement. So now Charleston to get things started along the left side. There's Rasmussen. Getting that over to McCabe, who finds Fondy. Fondy's onside. The shot, but it's wide of the net.
Pulls it a little bit to his right. but a great position, and that's, again, as much space as he's gotten all evening.
And you see what he can do with that space. He definitely makes teams think twice about leaving him alone at all. Oh, beautiful move by Boyd there. Fondy coming back to help with the defense.
It's going to be an intense last 12, 13 minutes. Charleston really, honestly do deserve something from the game. But from 2 down, it's hard to see them getting 3 points. 2, possible. But if Louisville will need to stay completely on their game to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Oh, absolutely. It's now Prince earning himself a foul there. And Louisville City, with the clock definitely being their friend now, will take their time sending this one back in play. There's Goodwin employing his guys to go further downfield. And he sends it one, looking for Fondy. And Fondy, I believe, called for the foul there. A little curious there, questioning the official.
Charleston are going to be making another substitution soon by the looks of things. They've got another guy out. I'm trying to see who it is from this distance.
It is certainly not easy. That's number 12, Chang, will be setting the check-in for Charleston at the next opportunity.
Another very useful man with on the ball. One of the Cubans who defected in 2012. He's handy. I've seen him play some beautiful through balls and long balls for Charleston during the year. He can really find his player with a good kick.
And he's replacing number 15, Agite, as his night is done.
So I think they're moving to more of a wing-back kind of setup than if they're bringing Chang on for Agite.
Charleston will have this throw in here. That ball sent into the box, an opportunity, but that one was always wide. I believe that going off of Kelly.
Yeah, that was Kelly's best chance of the evening, I think. And he's worked so hard to make so many. He's found chances where there should have been none. That one, unfortunate. But again, as I think we said earlier, sometimes the bounce of the ball just does not favor you.
There's Goodwin sending that one down, and Cossette almost getting onto it. A Bend racing back to get it. A Bend and Cossette looking to play with each other, and a Bend plays it off. The substitute is now Cossette on this right side, and that ball flicked into the box, and Cooper having to come off of his line.
Excellent save.
As Fondy's head was certainly waiting.
Excellent save there from Cooper.
So now in the 80th minute here, and Louisville City up 2-0 thanks to goals from Magnus Rasmussen and Matt Fondy.
Yeah, as always, our guys keep going, chase every ball, and we've probably got the better of the breaks tonight in terms of luck. I'm not looking forward to playing this Charleston team though when they're fully rested, when they're fully fit, and playing them in what is now Musk Stadium, or Musk. It's MUSC Health Stadium, I think they now call Blackbaud. So yeah. We're going to have a tough game when we go down there.
Absolutely, yes. This is a team you don't want to see more than one time in the season because of the defense. It plays tricks with the offense as they make it so hard for you to find any daylight.
Yeah.
And give credit for Louisville City able to find this. Now Rasmussen, speaking of daylight, with some space, dancing with the ball. Leaves it off for Quinn. Quinn, a nice move, gets on his right foot, the shot. And again, the defense is in the right place at the right time. As I believe that going off of Ferguson. It's a beautiful deflection.
Yeah, I think we're benefiting a lot by these guys having played 2 nights ago. It's tough, and a tough game against St. Louis on the AstroTurf. St. Louis earned their win and earned it the hard way.
As we've got another foul here and another free kick opportunity for Louisville City. As they take it very quickly, is now Fondy with the shot, and he beats Cooper as Matt Fondy with the second goal of the night gives Louisville City the 3-0 lead in the 83rd minute with heads-up play there by Rasmussen. And my goodness, the trick play pays off.
Yeah, that was Fondy has got 2 on a night when he was marked out of it. The quick play each time. I mean, that's the thing with this defense. You're not going to beat them by the slow build. You're going to have to catch them out. And the stadium is on its feet here. It's a fiesta.
And another look at that again. Fondy in a perfect place, and Rasmussen. I don't know if they talked about doing this beforehand, but that was perfectly executed. As number 15, Sean Reynolds, set to check in as he's replacing Magnus Rasmussen, who has an assist and a goal to his credit tonight.
Another quality Magran performance. That young man is a pleasure to watch. I hope he'd get to see him for another couple of seasons.
He'll definitely have some MLS clubs looking at him with the way he's played this season.
Yeah.
As the attendance being announced, and 7,850 tonight to see this one on a perfect night. And the Louisville City team not disappointing the fans tonight.
No, it looks like we're even pushing for a shutout tonight as well.
It'll be the 8th of this season.
No, it's been a great pleasure to see. Again, all credit to Charleston. They really don't deserve to be three goals down.
There's now a chance there, and the shot, and that one finds the back of the net for Charleston, as that was number 12, Chang, with a beautiful strike, beating Goodwin in the upper right 90.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. Again, no less than Charleston deserve. Hopefully no more than they get. Obviously, apologies, guys. I'm here as a Louisville fan as much as I am a color commentator, but that was a beautiful strike. That's, again, another quality strike.
Off a beautiful sequence of plays, too. A beautiful cross. There's another look at that one, as again, Chang, a beautiful bender, and Goodwin unable to get enough of his hand on it to deflect it, as that ball had a lot of pace.
It's exactly what they needed. I know time is tight. There's possibly still time for Charleston to get back into this. There's also still time on the other side.
Sends the cross in. And now the counterattack is on for Charleston after Ferguson was able to get things going. Some beautiful dribbling there. Now Boyd gets it up to Chang. Chang whips it in, but finds the head of Shinosky.
Chang has made a real difference to the side, not just the goal. His probing balls coming in from the left have made a big difference for Charleston. Maybe a little bit too little too late, but again, a lot can happen in 5-6 minutes, as we've seen in a few games on TV recently.
As off the sequence of plays there, Montano finds Louisville City a goal kick here as we're in the 86th minute of action. It would take one heck of a comeback for Charleston to erase this deficit. So they're still down two goals here as Louisville City up 3-1.
I think if they hadn't scored the goal back so quickly, those would be very tired legs in the black and yellow there tonight.
As Fondy's fouled there, and Louisville City will get the free kick. And I don't think Charleston will be fooled twice, as Matt Fondy with the brace earns himself a man of the match tonight as voted by you, the fans. Now Cossette sends this ball into the box.
McCabe somehow still has bundles of energy to run around. That man has run his legs off tonight.
As now Cooper will get things started off the goal kick for Charleston.
It's got to be all or nothing at this point for Charleston.
As they take it very short. It's now Chang racing down the left side of the pitch. Putting the moves on, being swarmed, somehow still has it, crosses it in. That's Murad there to clear it out. That's now the cross by Garbanzo. Falls back to Prince. Back and forth kickball action there as Charleston still with possession. Prince gets it back.
Only two men left in the Charleston half, the goalkeeper and their number 4, Mueller.
Now Ferguson will get it back up to Chang on the left side, and Chang whips it in, was looking for Boyd or Kelly or anybody to get onto the end of it.
Chang is nearly playing like a second winger at the moment, and again, he's putting a lot in.
It's now Guy Ben drawing the foul there. And another substitute here. As number 24, Zachary Prince, is coming off, and number 20, Partillo, will replace him. As we're just only minutes away from the final whistle here in Louisville Slugger Field.
That's their 5 subs. That's the last throw of the dice from from Anheuser, the manager. Another midfielder, another man who can play. Portillo, I saw play a little bit against St. Louis, and decent player, can strike the ball well. Hopefully not too well, but they need to throw everything at Louisville now. 2 goals in.
Fondy leaves that off for Burke on the right side, and Burke is fouled there.
Clear foul.
And Louisville City will have another free kick. And obviously Charleston wanting Louisville City to take it very quickly.
And
Louisville City in no hurry.
Cassette strolling to the ball. It's so frustrating when you're the other side. Right now, I have a feeling everybody in the stadium here is pretty much hoping that they take their time down at the corner.
As Louisville City taking it very short and doing as well as they can to waste time. And again, another whistle, and that going against Charleston again, as Quinn is the man hitting the deck there.
You can see the frustration on their faces. Chang's having a word with the linesman.
And Boyd also not happy. So he's still talking with the linesman. As again, Louisville City will take it short.
We're going to see that ball in the corner quarter.
As we are in the 90th minute of action now, but 4 minutes of stoppage time, so this one not over yet. As Louisville will continue to hold on to the ball along this right side.
It's going to be a long 4 minutes for Louisville supporters and a very short one for Charleston supporters.
Absolutely.
I have heard there are some Charleston supporters in Slugger Field tonight. One of my contacts down in Charleston was saying there's a few people up for it. Welcome to Louisville, guys. Sorry it's not so much fun right now, but we're glad you could make it. We're looking forward to sending a few of our guys down to watch a game in the near future. I'm very much looking forward to getting there myself sometime.
Now a chance here. That shot takes a deflection and will be a corner kick for Charleston, as Charleston looking to tack on another goal if they can. Oh, and they are in the need for 2. And that is highly unlikely with only a matter of minutes left in this one.
And a free out.
There it is. It's Rochester again, we announced, won their match against Harrisburg 4-0. That gives them 50 points on the season. And if things stay the way they are, Louisville City will move up to 45 and will stay 5 points back. And Charleston will stay at 36.
Rochester's remaining games.
Now Fondy, a chance. Can he make it a hat trick? He beats his man. He's on the end line still with the ball. And he'll hold on to it. Leaves it off for Guy. who gets it to Burke, who sends the cross in. But again,
just when you think they're just going to play out time, take it to a corner, waste a bit of time, they go on the attack. It's great to watch as a fan.
well, it's been a very exciting second half, that's for sure. Really a completely different game.
Yes, after the tactical stalemate that was almost the entire of the first half, the game has really been opened up. Charleston have come out gamely looking to get back into the game, and presumably also with the view to eventually going on to, from their point of view, hopefully win it.
There's Fondy and Cossette now racing along the right side. Cossette leaves it back for a bend, who gets it to Fondy in the box. Fondy with options. His man falls down, and he is taken down in the box, but there's no whistle there, as a lot of fans unhappy with that call there.
I suspect it wasn't a penalty. The referee was in a very good position. It looked like he outran himself, if that makes sense at this occasion.
Yes.
But again, YouTube will eventually prove to be right or wrong.
As another note, other final games coming into play, which are important for Charleston fans, as we'll get another look at that here.
There may have been a foul, but
as he got the ball first there, so
yeah.
Great call by the official.
Good call, very good call. We're into the last half minute, is it, or so?
Give or take 30 seconds would be my guess, as now Richmond Kickers beat St. Louis FC 2-0, so that gives them 36 points on the season, which ties them with Charleston Battery.
So this is potentially, notwithstanding 3 goals in the last 15 seconds, a bad night for Charleston, I'm afraid.
Yes, absolutely, and waiting to check the New York Red Bulls 2 scores right now. They appear to be up 1-0 over Toronto FC 2, but that game could also be in the twilight stages of its match.
I believe Pittsburgh won their game as well, which puts quite a few teams on 36 potentially.
It'll be an interesting battle the rest of the way. As now Chang all by himself on the left side, but the flag is up and he's offside.
And that's full time.
And there is the final whistle, and you can hear it from the fans, as they're very excited to see a beautiful performance put on by Louisville City FC, and give all credit to Charleston Battery, as they did not make this easy, and again, you have to think fatigue played a role towards the end of this one.
Charleston is clearly an excellent side. We benefited from them playing 2 days before. We benefited from being at home. And we also benefited from 7,850 fans. And there's one more thing I do want to say. It's Patrick Blanton, falafel. That makes sense to one person, but it also makes sense to help raising money for the Pizzagate charity, GoFundMe.com/Cooper's Hunger.
Well, that will do it here from Louisville Slugger Field, as again, Louisville City stays in second place with 45 points on the season, and Charleston Battery are 9 points back. On behalf of our production team, Turbo Sports Group, and all of those at Louisville City FC, for Martin French, I'm Jim Womble. Once again, the final score from Louisville Slugger Field is Louisville City FC 3, Charleston Battery 1. So long from Louisville.